Florida State is getting some big interest from an explosive running back that is a red zone threat that will juke you out of your ankles. And this time, Florida State bringing in Rahsul Faison for a visit to the Seminoles. Florida State, as we know, trying to revamp a lot of this offense and trying to get better production on all sides of the wide receiver room, of the running back room, offensive line, tight end, and really with this new staff coming in, Florida State doing a really good job, in my opinion, under Gus Malzahn, Michael Norvell, Herb Ham, Florida State's new offensive line coach, of trying to revamp a lot of these tool sets. And this time it's at the running back position, most importantly. In Florida State, I think maybe some question marks across social media if they should bring a running back in. But I will say with this guy, he is a home run hitter. And like previously mentioned, explosive with Utah State running back Rahsul Faison, expected to get a visit over to the Florida State Seminoles. In 2024, he had 198 carries for 1,109 yards. He had a 5.6 yards per carry and 8 touchdowns. 5.6 YPC is really nice for a running back. 22 receptions, 99 yards, so not really too crazy of a threat in the receiving game, but he recorded 5 100-plus yard rushing games, including a season high of 191 yards on 20 carries versus Hawaii. He was named second team All Mountain West in his conference. His career totals are 316 carries for 1,845 yards with a 5.8 yards per carry, which is even more impressive than going back to his 2024 year at 5.6. He stayed consistent in the way that he can explode and make some plays out of nothing. He also recorded 13 touchdowns in his career at Utah State, 33 receptions, 151 yards. He also appeared in 25 games with 13 starts. He also played at the JUCO level as well in his early career. Signed with Marshall, though, as a 2-star recruit in 2020, but then transferred to the JUCO level. He played, and these are some incredible college names right here, Lackawanna College and also Snow College before landing at Utah State. He rushed for 355 yards and 6 touchdowns at Snow College in 2022. Florida State is bringing back, I think, a really nice group of running backs under David Johnson. Florida State's running backs coach with Roydell Williams coming back, Keziah Holmes, Jalen Lucas, Samuel Singleton Jr., Cam Davis, and Mekhi Danzing. I think, too, there's a lot of question marks about this room because of the play at the offensive line position. As you've seen across all of our YouTube videos, we've been covering it. Herb Hand, Mike Norvell, they're doing a big job in the transfer portal of bringing in guys that are well experienced to hopefully help with the play across the entire board of the offense. Nothing's going to work unless the offensive line is moving guys around, and that just wasn't the case in 2024 whatsoever. And it also hurt this running back room. I think there was a lot of excitement with the tandem between Lawrence Toafili and Roydell Williams. That wasn't the case. Roydell Williams also getting injured during the season as well. And we saw a lot more of Cam Davis as just a true freshman. I don't think, we heard from Mike Norvell after definitely the end of the season, but you could tell in some of these press conferences after games, he was not expecting for a lot of these true freshmen to be playing in these games. And I think, yes, we're going to see a little bit of Cam Davis, of course, but maybe not so much of him. And, I don't grade Cam Davis's play off of just one season off of a graded F minus of an offensive line under Alex Atkins. And then also, too, I'm really excited to see Mekhi Danzey, too, in this running back room. We saw him. I think he's going to be definitely a dual threat just in the way that he can run with his speed, but also, too, in the pass game. He can be a big receiving threat, and I think it's going to be a nice tandem, too, with what you have at Thomas Castellanos, who is also a dual threat quarterback that is going to run heavily, I think, in this offense moving forward, because Bill O'Brien just couldn't figure out how to do that and also was just too stubborn to do it with him, and also wanted to play pass pro wanted to play him as a pro-style offense, and that just wasn't going to fit with Thomas Castellanos. So you have a lot of guys with some running threats, and two, You also brought in Usman Kroma, flipping over from Georgia to FSU. Really, really, really fun player to watch. I highly suggest you go watch his highlights. But, Usman Kroma, 4-star recruit, signed with Florida State, which was a big land for the Seminoles and was one of the biggest highlights of that class. But, looking at his play style, physical guy. But now, adding this all up, and then Florida State getting this transfer visit from Rahsul Faison is really intriguing to me. Like I said, an explosive guy can just juke you out of your shoes. And to me, if you look at some of his highlights too, is really good in the red zone too, of finding the end zone. And Florida State fans will do anything to put some points on the board in 2025 after a pretty dreadful and boring offensive attack this last season. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this works. Florida State is not the only one interested in him. There's Utah, UCF, Iowa State, Cincinnati, Cal, Kansas State, and also two SECs, Kentucky, interested in his services as well. So we'll see what Florida State does here with the visit coming in with Faison. And let me know down in the comments what you think about it. And two, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and also subscribe so you get notified every time we release one of these videos. Thanks for watching.